best method people use to pass their estate to beneficiaries is through a trust. There are many different types of trusts, but they all fall into two basic categories. And that is, they are either revocable or irrevocable trusts. Revocable trusts are by far the most popular type of trust, however, so we will take a look at these first. A revocable living trust is a legal document that replaces what most people think of when they think of a will. In other words, a living trust makes sure your assets go to the people you choose. In practice, to establish a living trust, a trustor, who is the person who creates the trust, signs a document called a declaration of trust, naming him or herself as trustee of that trust. At the same time, the trustor transfers his or her assets to the trust. Transferring assets into the trust is known as funding the trust. When properly funded, a revocable living trust enables an estate to avoid probate upon death. A living trust also avoids a second probate for your spouse when he or she passes away. And if you hold property in other states, it avoids a probate there as well. Besides avoiding probate, living trusts also help married couples to eliminate or reduce estate taxes. Plus, distributions to your children may be set up in a way that provides for their health care, education, support, and maintenance after you're gone without them having the ability to inappropriately waste family assets. So, for example, most clients dread the thought of their kids blowing the inherited money in Vegas or some such way. In fact, parents often even opt to set up an estate plan which gives their children the bulk of the family estate only once they've reached an appropriate age, such as 30 years old. You may additionally be wondering how your life changes after you create and fund a living trust. As a practical matter, owning your assets in the name of your trust does not change anything for you. And contrary to what many people believe, a revocable living trust does not offer creditor protection or income tax savings. It's really only after you become incapacitated or pass away that your successor trustee steps in to carry out your wishes. That's because if you're unable to act, your successor trustee will make distributions for your benefit, and after you are gone, your successor trustee distributes your estate to your beneficiaries in accordance with the trust terms. Besides revocable trusts, though, the second type of trust that attorneys occasionally draft are irrevocable trusts. Since these trusts are irrevocable, you better be sure what you're doing when you set one up, because once you put your assets into one of these trusts, you can never entirely get that property back. Irrevocably giving your assets away in one of these trusts, however, will help you to reduce the size of your taxable estate, which in turn generally helps you to reduce transfer taxes. Besides some extremely powerful estate tax reduction techniques, irrevocable trusts also generally help people obtain creditor protection too. For more information on tax reduction techniques, as well as the creditor protection offered by irrevocable trusts, please see the videos in the tax planning section.